Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Pandora's Box. I'm John, and in today's box, labeled Alex Vriend, aka Ferryman4747 on Twitter, aka Lapdog, and general propagandist for Diagolon. And inside today's box, we have some racism, some bigotry, some homophobia, some transphobia. We're going to sprinkle in a little bit of white power, and we're going to end it all with some conspiracies. So, without further ado, let us proceed.
Apparently, okay, wait. So I just want to draw attention to this. Saskatchewan RCMB has put out 5 bulletins in less than media bulletins in less than a week for armed, dangerous Native men. I don't know. I just think it's like
Okay. Bad week, I guess, perhaps. You want to go back through the history of law enforcement and see how many times bulletins were put out for white people simultaneously during a week? I bet you're going to find more.
Are white men really the problem?
Yes. And you are the definition of white men and white people that we talk about.
Not Saskatchewan, anyways. Jesus. 5 in a week. Apparently.
Well, we already knew you were racist, so I guess this just brings it home all the much more.
Cavities and the family can't afford to pay for it. Well, there you go. If if somebody gets hit by a car, they shouldn't have to be paying for their fucking health care, for example, right? But then you have all.
Do any of you want to leave a comment and let them know what that is, or should I just tell them? Psst, that's literally socialism.
Other horse shit coming in where people, oh well, so and so has their tits cut off and because they're actually a man. Well, no, right? There's got to be a fucking fine dividing line between all this fucking shit. And
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that gender dysphoria is a huge deal and is definitely just as important as any other medical care that you can get. I mean, if someone wants to get a mastectomy to have their body represent who they are inside, and that's going to save them and the health care from future costs of other problems that might arise, mental health issues that might arise, like leading up to suicide sort of deal. Like, you guys are so ignorant. It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's a good one. A good one is if you want to have things like dental care for kids, then maybe we don't have double mastectomies for kids. How about that? Yeah, maybe we don't pay.
Very important point here, dude. Nobody is giving a child a double mastectomy. I don't even know where you would come up with that. Like, that's some deranged crap right there. And you gotta stop saying that shit, because it ain't happening. Good Lord.
For your fangs and your fucking eyebrow implants to make you look like a fucking cat or something.
I don't think there's a healthcare system in the world that pays for that type of surgery. Now, you might be able to get insurance, private insurance, that would help cover the costs of that sort of transformation. But I'm fairly certain there isn't a government on the planet that has that covered in their health care. I mean, you guys just make shit up left, right, and center. God.
The whole feminist movement and toxic man bad. Like, I don't know. The feminist movement has been doing that to males for years. Like, I don't know. I think just being told you're a bad person because you're a male eventually will fuck you up in some way mentally.
I have never in my life, not once, been told that I was a bad person simply for being a male. I've been called a bad person for having toxic male traits. Some I'm still working on, others I've gotten over, but I've never been called a bad person just for being me.
I will say this though too. Like, okay, I do work in schools. I've talked about this before.
That is a scary thought.
Every fucking school, every single school, from preschool to grade 12, is full of fucking shit. Rainbow flags and progressive and safe space and all this shit. It's everywhere. Some are worse than others, but it's in every single school that I've been to, which is a lot.
Yeah, they fly the flags in every elementary school in my city. They have every crosswalk is painted that way. And yeah, who knows what they're being taught by the teachers, because a lot of them are outspoken Marxists.
I can tell you, man, they have the books on their desks. Anti-racist baby.
Got to tell you, if you don't own Anti-Racist Baby and you have kids, stop what you're doing. Get on Amazon, well, preferably not Amazon, but get on somewhere. Go into your local bookstore, get a copy of it. It is a great book. My kids love it. It's fantastic. And now I guess I should just address a little bit here. These guys are obviously very transphobic and homophobic. I don't know why. Maybe they're afraid of something. I don't know. Maybe they feel emasculated. And if that's the case, and people being who they are makes you feel little, that's on you, man.
They have the flag in their class.
You like to wear boy clothes. Like, I don't know. I just made that one up. But like, that's, you see that shit all over the place.
I like to wear boy clothes, but that's a personal choice. I have been known to wear my wife's clothes from time to time. She got some nice clothes. They fit nice. Like them. They're comfy. Got a problem with that? Too fucking bad.
And they're telling the kids not to tell the parents either. Like, I've talked to my daughter, and it's like, well, what are you learning in school? Like, what are you doing? And just...
You know what, guys? If I had you for parents, I wouldn't want to tell you either. These teachers are probably keeping these kids safe from abusive a-holes like you.
It's like, well, we're doing this and this, and well, we had this weird thing happen with this man, woman, whatever it was, came in.
I seriously doubt that your child described it as a man-woman. She probably used the correct terms. It means she's reached a level of maturity at such a tender age that you have yet to achieve, any of you. You're hateful.
Here's another one, folks. So I get his class list, right? Grade 7, I'm a concerned parent. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's a grade 7 class list.
Year of indoctrination, right? So I get the teachers' names. I'm like, well, I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to do the old Facebook search and check them all out, right? Well, realistically, I'm a single dad. So I'm like, okay, who's fucking hot, right?
And you wonder why women are living in constant fear. Here is a single father, and he's 40, he'll let you know that in a little bit, scoping out the teachers of his children on Facebook to see which ones are hot so that he can try and date them, sleep with them. I don't know, but that is extremely disturbing behavior. That's like very rapey.
And that's what I'm looking for. Single hawk. You never know. Same as what I do with the sports teams and all that shit. That's what everyone does.
So he's done this before with sports teams. So parents of athletes, coaches, staff, the guy's a predator.
Realistically, like, you get a team list of parents, right? Okay, you see all these, separated parents, and okay, well, single moms or whatever, you go fucking do it.
Single teachers are whores.
Sorry, I'm looking up.
In case you missed that, he said teachers are whores. Just to give you an idea of the level of respect these pigs have towards women, which I'm sure you've already figured out is none.
His teachers list, right? So there's a couple of cuties. I'm 40 years old, by the way, in Edmonton, but
40 years old, Edmonton, 7th grade. So if you're from Edmonton and you're watching this, pay attention. You may be able to help someone keep their job and avoid harassment.
then I look up his math science teacher. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? He's got how the fuck did they hire these people? I swear to God, I took screenshots of the shit. The guy's, he's a fucking fag.
So his 7-year-old math teacher at a school in Edmonton, or 7th grade math teacher at a school in Edmonton, is gay. Oh, no.
He's got pictures of him making out going back like 10, 15 years with like dudes and shit like that. Okay. And then he's got on one of his he actually had a Facebook status that was public, and it said, I'm teaching an all-girls school. Don't they trust with the boys? He. Like, what?
I have a hard time believing it, especially where it's coming from. However, it should turn out to be true. No problem. That's really creepy and probably isn't something that anybody should be posting, period.
What the fuck is that? I took a screenshot of this shit.
Hey, big news, I'm not judging. Box.
That's the reason I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's fucked. And then you gotta, you get this job, right? And teaching, molding the young minds, they say. But,
I think what he's trying to say is that he thinks the teacher is going to turn his students gay. He's just too much of a chicken shit to say it out loud.
I would pass those screenshots off. Pass those screenshots off to somebody like lives at TikTok or somebody within the Diagolon community. Because they'll appreciate that name and they know exactly what to do with it.
Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the name, and had I got the name on video or at all, it wouldn't be published. But I would have taken the time to at least advise this individual that harassment is coming, and it may not be pretty at all, and he may be enduring a lot of hardship soon. So if you are from Edmonton and you have any idea who this math teacher is, maybe you should reach out to him.
Yeah, fuck, I got him, right? And if I'm going to do that, I'm doing it under a different name or something like that because
you're too much of a fucking coward to stand behind the words you say in private, in public.
Talk about it. Just pass it because what lives at TikTok, they put it out and they'll take the hit for you, and you keep your kid and you protect it from the downfall.
Libs of TikTok is gotta get shut down. I know they've been shut down on Twitter once. They need to get off of every platform. They're just horrible hate propagandists.
You don't want to be, yeah, but you don't want your kid to get caught up in this shit right now.
Dudes. Like it's some fucking orgy or weird. It's the weirdest fucking shit. Like this he's going to teach my kid math and science.
Yeah, that's what he's going to teach them. Math and science. That's it.
Fuck off.
Just really? Math and science, right?
Yeah, right?
One dildo plus two dildos equals a dildo for every hole.
For every hole. Yeah, and this is how you become gay.
And there it is. This is how you become gay, by being around gay people. Well, that logic was true, then the whole world would be straight because there's more straight people than there are gay people. And wouldn't that just rub off on the gay people and make them straight? You guys are morons.
You want to watch me? This is how you become gay.
That's a level of homophobic hate that I haven't personally seen in a long time. At least not that much, and not that much planning to ruin somebody's life over who they love. And again, if you happen to know who that teacher is, please reach out to them. Give them a heads up.
Anybody seen Biden's pick for running his monkeypox emergency handling, whatever the fuck it is called? Old guard must.
Yes, with the strap.
Yes.
The strap in the shape of the upside down pentagram.
Are you fucking kidding? There's pictures of him with like a dog boy, like shirtless in a fucking gay club with a dog boy, like that. Oh, that's great.
I'm not sure what somebody chooses to do in their private life within the law is really any reflection on their ability to do the job they're being paid to do, that they probably spent years studying and gaining experience in. You don't even talk about what they actually have for credentials or what they know how to do, or if they're right for the job. Now all you see is people who are gay and different than you, and you're hating on them for those reasons alone.
Dude, it's not just he had that upside down pentagram thing right on his chest, that one photo. In the other photo, he's got a fucking tattoo of Baphomet on his fucking chest. Like, this.
I have an upside down pentagram on my shed, a weed plant on my shoulder.
This is who's running America now.
Again, I don't really give a shit what the guy does in his private life as long as he's not breaking any laws and he's qualified to do what he does. All the power to him.
You got bald guy, bald ginger wearing a dress, fucking tranny admiral in charge of health. You've got the other fucking weirdo that I forget what he does with the fucking wears dresses and paints his nails and all this shit. And now you've got gay Satanists running the monkey box. This is great. What?
Hey man, you got gay booty judge. You forgot about booty judge.
Yeah. And you got your black lesbian as the White House press secretary, and why don't you just paint the White House rainbow? Like, let's just get it over with. Just paint it.
Well, rainbow would probably be a lot more colorful than white, and I mean, if you chose the right colors and contrast, it could probably spruce things up. I see no problem with this whatsoever. The only thing I do see a problem with is the transphobic comments, the homophobic comments, the racist comments. Jeez, you guys like anything that isn't white, straight, and male? I mean, honestly, you guys completely overlooked any possible credentials they might have or ability to do this work, and all you did was criticize their personal lives and choices. And I can honestly say that their choices are a lot better than the ones y'all have been making recently, and probably better life choices than most of you have made up till now. Grow up.
Okay, like I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I believe it when he said that Instagram came out with a new tagline on media stories based on shit that I've been doing, because go to Google.
That is literally the definition of tooting your own horn, and I seriously doubt you are personally responsible for the changes to Instagram. You are not that important, and nobody really cares about you that much. And the people that actually do pay attention to you, like me, only do it just to show you other people what kind of person you really are.
Well, and just type in fact check CTV or fact check CBC or fact check Global News, and most of what comes up is because of me. So
that's awesome.
I'm fucking with them.
No, you're not. You're fucking with the general public. You're screwing around with people who are probably already leery of the media, and you're lying to them, and you're misleading them, and you're doing it intentionally, and you think it's a joke. You're messing with people's lives, and you think it's a joke, and you're proud of your joke.
If you don't fact check CBC, literally the top 10 are all me.
Well, I'm glad you and Discount there, James Franco, are enjoying yourselves. Meanwhile, you have probably made a lot of people confused and angry and upset. Good on you. Way to work towards a better future.
If you're not willing to engage in actively thinking about your own self-defense and protection, are you a man?
Yes. I am a man, and I live in a civil society for the most part. And for the most part, most people that live in this civil society don't generally go around committing crimes. But when you talk about having to think about defense all the time, you're not talking about crime, okay? Nobody sits around wondering about that shit. It's going to happen or it's not. Some people take precautions, like me, get a security system, some cameras set up, have a few baseball bats stashed around the house. But that's as far as I really think about it. I mean, come on, man. You don't. What kind of fucking stupid shit is that? You guys are ridiculous. You have no idea what it means to be a man whatsoever.
Because you're not to me, you're a bitch.
Funny. We think you're a little bitch too. Jeremy's little bitch.
If you think that somebody else should come and protect you, you're a bitch. Period.
Here's one.
Literally, that is why we have institutions like the police and the court system, the justice system, is to protect us. That's one of the reasons we live in a society, so that we don't have to live every day in terror, wondering if some a-hole is going to come steal our stuff or take our wife or whatever. We live this way because we've come together and we've said, hey, it'd be a lot better and safer for everyone if we work together. So this group of people here is going to make sure that nothing bad happens, and when something bad does happen, they're going to come running in and try to stop it. You live in this world where you think it's you and that's it, and there's so many of you just like that, and it's not, man. There's a whole society, and whether you like it or not, you're part of it, and the only way out is death, or go find some other society that suits your far-right extremism. China's nice, Saudi Arabia's nice.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not the one that should be suggesting it, but maybe it's time for militias in rural Saskatchewan or something like that. Rural Alberta. And I mean that like sincerely.
I'm sure you do mean that sincerely. We've seen your little Diagolon militia pictures. And no, we're not down for that. I don't think anybody in Canada is down for that. Liberals or conservatives. So take your militia idea, put it back inside your head, and never speak of it again.
Basically, it's like this. Okay, guys. First off, you don't want to use the M word, militia. I would suggest use the term neighborhood watch.
Pause it here for a second. Pay very close attention to that, because when you start hearing it from these groups of white men that want to start neighborhood watches, now you're going to know. What they really mean is an armed militia. They don't care about the neighborhood. They care about white supremacy and returning to the order of things where white men ruled all. It's not going to happen, boys. Calm down.
Okay?
Yeah,
Get together with your neighbors and you have a neighborhood watch. People who can help out in terms of in how do you say, in times of emergency, right?
How do you say in times of emergency? You mean when someone does something that you don't like them? Like maybe a gay person being a teacher or a transgender person doing a library reading? Is that the type of emergency you mean? Because I think that's what it is. I don't think you have any interest in protecting your property or any bullshit like that. You just want to walk around with guns and threaten and intimidate people.
You don't talk about firearms, but you help each other.
You don't talk about firearms. Right. We don't talk about Bruno either, but that don't mean Bruno's dead. He's living in the fucking wall, probably where your guns are stashed.
One conspiracy theory that I saw going, like, I don't know, this could be complete bullshit, but I thought it was interesting, was it's what happens whenever they inject somebody with this mRNA vaccine, which destroys your immune system, and at the same time they inject them with the flu vaccine, which has a live virus in it. Let's just play experiment with what happens when you fucking.
I don't have the time, the energy, or I don't care enough to really try and sit here and explain to you. So I just let you believe in you're crazy. But I can tell you that the mRNA vaccine does not fuck with your DNA or anything like that. And getting a flu vaccine with it is not going to make you suddenly just get 10 times sicker or something. That's just stupid. If you were lucky and your parents were smarter than you are, then you probably got your childhood vaccinations. And when you got those, you probably got more than one at a time. And guess what? Other than the obvious brain damage you're suffering from, you turned out just fine. So I don't know why you guys spread this nonsense when you damn well know better. It's attention seeking and it's pathetic.
Anybody?
Disneyland is good. Walt Disney is good guy.
There's the joke in there too, because who was Walt Disney not too fond of?
Well, a certain group of people that control the weather.
None like a little bit of anti-Semitism to get some laughter going.
So, hey, I think I told you guys this before. That is a fucking goddamn communist lie. Walt Disney got shit. Yes, Walt Disney got fucking blamed by the communists for being anti-Semite because his writers got him involved in the writers' union. And so the union bosses use the anti-Semitism just like all the commies always use to blame you for being fucking against their communistic actions. But yeah, there's a guy named...
So the commies made it look like Walt Disney was anti-Semitic, not his behavior or the actions that speak for themselves. Understood. Commies. See, that's your go-to for everything. When you just can't take reality. Communist. And you don't even know what it means.
Fluoride out of the water and we stop rotting ourselves out.
Oh, wait. The fluoride?
It rots.
No far-right extreme group isn't complete without a little bit of conspiracy about the fluoride in your water.
Your teeth. It's been proven. They put it in the British as first. They were the first ones that had all the dental issues. And also the dental is corrupt. The pharmaceuticals there. There is graphene and all sorts of other crap that they are putting in through there as well. God bless you.
You're hitting a nix. NJ, you're hitting a nix of a problem there. That actually generates revenue because it doesn't cost them anything, and they probably actually make money because all that fluoride is not actually what the fluoride you think it is. It's actually chemical waste from fucking factories and shit. Because if they dump it in the fucking ocean.
All right. So first it was fluoride in the water. Then it was mixed with chemicals and graphene and shit. Now it's not even fluoride. It's just toxic sludge that instead of dumping it into the ocean, they're putting in our drinking water because, that makes a lot of sense.
They're going to get charged for it, but they add it to the water. It's an additive. Right? That's the whole fucking thing right there. Like,
yes, it's the soot. It's the soot from the from the chimneys, and it has been added into our water for many, many years. They claimed it for purification, but it has nothing to do with purification. God. It has to do with calcification of pineal and other glands, as well as the thyroid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thyroid.
And there it is, the old pineal gland, but seriously, soot from a chimney. Toxic sludge to soot from a chimney. And the guy who suggested the toxic sludge agreed with the soot. You guys don't even make sense. And that was 1 minute and 25 seconds, and you contradicted yourselves like 5 times. It's a sure sign you're wrong. So that's all of the Woods in the Box for today. And I want to thank you for joining me and subjecting yourself to this sort of hatred. It needs to be exposed. People need to know what kind of people we're dealing with. they can pretend all they want and they can act like it's just a big joke or whatever, but it's not true. What they're doing is real, and what they're doing is having real world consequences for people, and it needs to stop. These people need to be held accountable for what they're doing. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you the next time when I have another box to open. Cheers.